Hey guys, what's up? Sorry I haven't been posting as frequently as I used to. It's just that this year I've been in university and they're a quarter system, so the work required is quite a lot. So I've been pretty busy keeping up my grades and doing all that stuff. Anyway, that's not why we're here. Why we're here is to discuss a very interesting question that I got on one of my videos recently. Um, Mr. Sam M asked, "How do you fill the grip?" And I thought that that was a very, very interesting question because up until that point, that wasn't even a question in my mind. I never really thought about that until he asked it. And after a while, after thinking about this for a little bit, I came up with an answer I think that is good enough to put out there. Again, this is all subjective. This is my opinion. I don't have facts to like base this off of. It's just my opinion. But anyway, let's get down to it. So, what is feel that he's talking about? The feel he's talking about is how do you know like you can lean the bike over that far without crashing, or how do you know you can lean over that far in a corner, or how about when you hit a bump like I do right here? How do you know you're not going to crash? Like basically the feel is trust, like the trust you have in your bike. How do you develop that relationship? Well, I think that it comes down to three things. The first is starting with the bike. So familiarity, and this goes down to the tires. So make sure that you pick a good tire to start with, and then you stay with that tire. Because changing tires has different feels. For example, the Dunlops that I'm on tend to be more chattery than the Pirelli Supercourses that I used to ride on. Uh, the Pirelli Supercourses, they don't really give you a warning before they go. The Dunlops give you a warning, so I like the Dunlops for that reason, and also because they're cheaper than the Supercourses. But the Supercourses have more of a clean slide to them than the Dunlops do. The Dunlops tend to chatter around when they're losing grip, and when you lose grip on the Pirelli, like this guy has right here on his front tire, it'll tend to just kind of, it feels like a push. Like it feels like when you're holding your hands together and then you're pressing them and you're twisting them together, like your palms are together. That's what it feels like. Whereas the Dunlop just kind of chatters around. Knowing that, whenever I get a chatter on the Dunlop, to make sure that I'm not crashing, I hold on. Let me rephrase that. I know there's a certain kind of chatter you'll get when you know you're pushing too hard, and you'll know that you're pushing too hard, and then you'll expect this chatter. Okay, so that's just the bike. Let's go down to the other thing. The other two things. The second thing would be body position. I think that keeping your body position nice and consistent is key to developing this feel with the bike. It's like an elimination of variables. If you hold things consistent, you could then close down in onto a culprit of an issue that you're having. So body position, good or bad, well, preferably good. Keep it consistent. Make sure that you're doing the same things in the corner. If you're trying something new, be aware that you're trying something new and see if it works. If it doesn't work, just keep doing what you're doing. Eliminate that variable. Just keep that consistent. Another thing to this is the lines you pick. Make sure that the lines you pick are consistent, even if I know we're all trying to get better and stuff like that, but if you keep taking different lines to a corner, you'll never develop a feel because for this corner, for example, if you're on the far outside of that corner, it's a lot dirtier out there and it's a lot less cambered than the inside. So the fill on the inside of the corner will be a lot different than the fill on the outside of the corner. So I think that understanding that and picking the same lines is very, very important to developing the trust that you have with your bike. Feel, I think, is feeling the grip is relative to the track you're on. So if you take me and and I've done this where I went to another track, wasn't familiar, I didn't have that feel. So a key aspect to this is putting in the time. Get a lot of seat time on your bike. Get a lot of just get a lot of seat time. Get a lot of laps, and you'll really develop that relationship. I'm very, very comfortable at this track because I've ridden it so many times. I have over 1,000 laps here, so I understand like the bumps in the corners. Like if I know that I can expect a bump there if I hit it, you know what I mean? And I know that some of the bumps I have to be careful for because they can, tuck the front pretty hard. So developing the feel, it comes down to just trusting the tires you're on, keeping your body position consistent, and also make sure that you are a consistent rider. Make sure that you're not erratic when you ride. pick a riding style, stick with it, stick with your lines. You could always improve upon your lines. We're always trying to improve as riders. As long as you hold these three things consistent, I think that you will develop that relationship with your bike, where you're able to hit a bump and know that you're going to be okay, or start to lose the front, but know that as long as you let the bike do its work, you won't crash. Because I've had that plenty of times where I'll go into a corner and the front will start, I'm leaned over, the front will start giving way, and I'll let the bike do its thing, and not freeze up, and just go. You only stand the bike up in those really bad situations where like you're not gonna make the corners, no way, because I've had to have done that before as well. Anyway, that's it for this video. This was a bit different than my other videos, but I hope that this is going to be helpful to you guys in the future. And I hope that if you guys have any other questions that you want me to answer, they will be a lot more formal than this one. This one I just kind of threw together at the last minute. I don't have a script for this one. I tend to do scripts, but since I don't have time right now, and I want to put videos out there for you guys, I just did this impromptu, no script. So that's it. Let's do this. If you have any questions for me, put them down in the comments. Give me video suggestions, because I'm really out of ideas here. I have a couple things in the work. I'm going to make a video about suspension pretty soon, because I've learned a lot recently about that and how important it is to riding. So, give me some video suggestions. What are some questions you think that I can answer for you? And if you disagree with what feel is, tell me what feel is down below. How do you develop feel for your bike? What aspects do you pay attention to? And yeah, I guess I'll see you guys in the next one.